Hey brothers, this is Rick Grimes for President here, in my Rick Grimes costume, in celebration of Halloween, which is in 3 days, and this is my third video, which I'm doing a review of The Walking Dead, Season 3, Episode 3, Walk With Me. Little rhyme going on there. Anyways, I have a hat too, but the hat's a little small, but I thought it was pretty cool. Figured I'd wear my Rick Grimes costume today, so judge me all you want. I don't care. He's my favorite character. Anyways, episode just went off 17 minutes ago, and it was freaking awesome. Merle's back. The governor's here. Wow, I'm really excited for what's about to come up. If you've read the comics, you know that the prison and Woodbury is the best. Oh my gosh, they're really, really good. I'm advising anyone who hasn't read the comics to read the comics. Anyways, let's get it started. It started out showing a flashback of Merle getting his hand cut off, yada, yada, yada. This episode is a lot more talkative, and it doesn't focus on the prison. It focuses on Woodbury and Andrea and Michonne, which Michonne is amazing. All you comic readers know that Michonne is awesome, and just the people who watch the TV show are going to know that she is really, really cool coming up. Because, for one, she walks with 2 zombies on a chain, and she has a freaking machete. Or, not a machete, but a katana. Freaking samurai sword, man. Anyways, Samurai Showdown. Okay, first thing, you see the helicopter with all the people in it. It crashes. It has a malfunction. It crashes. Andrea and Michonne go to investigate. They get there, and trucks arrive about the same time they get there, a little bit after, and a lot of survivors come out. And Michonne ties the zombie she's carrying around a tree, and they just sit there and be quiet. And you just see action take place. They're taking out all these walkers that came to the crash site. The people, the governor and his people are, and they're brutal. They really are. They know how to kill zombies. They got a guy, that black guy that shoots the bow and arrow, man. He's way better than Daryl, in my opinion, in bow and arrow, so that'd be really cool maybe in the future to see them go like on a one-on-one bow and arrow battle. That'd be really cool. Then they take them all out, whatever, and then they're about to leave. So they leave. Michonne and Andrea think they're okay. And then her zombies that she's with start making noise, and she has to take them out. So she chops their heads off. Now in the comics, it's a little bit different than this. The zombies that Michonne's carrying, which is Michonne's boyfriend and his best friend, those are the 2 zombies. In the comics, she ends up at the prison first thing, and she wants in, and Rick tells her, hey, if you're going to come in the prison, you're going to have to kill those zombies because we don't want them around. And Michonne doesn't hesitate. She just kills them right there, just like she does in the show. It's not really emotional or anything. She just kills them. The only reason she had them was to, keep other zombies at bay, maybe attract other zombies, whatever, kind of use them as a barrier. So they had their jaws cut out so they couldn't bite or anything like that. But she takes those guys out, and then the zombies shut up, and the governor and his men are about to leave, and Merle comes walking up behind Michonne and Andrea, and you see him, he has this huge blade on his hand, and it's really, really cool, because, he got his hand cut off after Rick handcuffed him to the top of the rooftops back in Atlanta. So you see him, and he basically is telling Michonne and Andrew to come with them. She has this facial expression this whole episode, like, get away from me, I want to kill you all, I want to be on my own. And you can just tell, like, there's just fire building up inside of her. So anyways, you see that, and it transitions. They're in the car ride back with Merle and the governor and all his boys, and they go back to Woodbury. And they end up in Woodbury, and Merle's sitting there talking, and then you can see the thing on his hand, the blade can be retracted. And he shows them later on when he's talking to Andrea that you can actually take the whole thing off. So it's some kind of device. Not too sure who came up with it. Maybe it'll tell later on how that came about. I'm not sure. But you hear the governor and Merle ask Andrea and Michonne how long they've been out there, and now you know like the timeline's been about 7 or 8 months since they've been together, since the whole farm ordeal and whatnot. And I know I got some stuff wrong in my last videos, some information and stuff, and I see that some of you guys commented and corrected on that, and I thank you for that. I'm trying to pay a lot more attention to it now because I really want to get it right. Anyways, at first you think the governor's a good guy. You know, you think he's just bringing them in, he's fixing them food, he's giving them shelter, he's telling them this awesome place to live. Now, you comic readers know that he's the biggest villain in the comics. I mean, you have issue 100 with Negan now, but if you're not up that far, you know that the governor's insane. So, just to let you comic reader or you TV watchers know, he's not really a good guy. And you see this later on in this episode because it's a lot of talk. You know, they're introduced to Woodbury and they see how they control Woodbury, how the guards stand guard at the gate and spotlight any walkers as they come in, or biters as they call them, and kill them on the spot. And you see that Merle, you know, he's still kind of brutal, but I feel like he's going to get a lot nicer and kind of join with Rick's group by the end of the season. That's just speculation. I don't know if that's going to happen or not. But then you see the scientist, or the governor's man that he goes and talks to, which is, his name's Milton. And he basically devotes himself now to studying the zombies and trying to figure out how they work and what goes on. And he's analyzing Michonne's headless boyfriend, I guess, or the friend, whatever, and seeing that, you know, that she cut off their jaws so they couldn't bite or whatever. And they don't know, Andrea and Michonne don't know that if you die, then you turn no matter what. They don't know that you don't have to be bit, and the governor explains this to them. That's why the governor was, you know, stabbing the airplane or the helicopter victims in the head. So, but anyways, you see that, and then you see him go to one of the helicopter victims that survived, or one of the helicopter guys that survived, ask where his other men are, and he goes to their convoy, and he goes up to him, you know, he waves a white flag, he says, "I surrender, you know, we got your guy, we want you to come back with us, we found you." And then he just pulls out a pistol and shoots him, and then the rest of his men, the rest of the army men, just go down. They just get shot because the governor's men are surrounding the place. And you really see that the governor's not a good guy here. You know, he killed them right there in cold blood. I mean, he took their supplies, he took their trucks, he took them back to Woodbury, and he told the residents of Woodbury, you know, by the time we got there, the biters were already there. And he told them some big lie, because all the people of Woodbury thinks that he is this good guy and that's giving them shelter, and they don't know the half of it yet. So I'm really interested to see how that is. Woodbury's a bit smaller. It's filmed in Sonoria, Georgia, on one street, so it's a bit smaller than it is in the comics. But I think that's a better, because it's not as many people, and it kind of gives them a cramped space to be able to see how they coincide with each other every day. But this was a really good episode. I know it may seem boring, and it wasn't like a bunch of action, but it was introducing the governor, the main antagonist of this season, he's insane, he's senile, it's crazy, and Merle's back. So, Michael Rooker, give it to you, man. You're an awesome actor. Hope you stay there for a while, you and Daryl. The video game's coming out next year, so I know you'll at least be on for a while because of that. But the sneak preview of next episode, it looked awesome too. It's going a little bit back to the prison and Woodbury at the same time. But all you TV watchers, get excited. Woodbury's big. The governor's, he's crazy. and there's a lot of big things in store for you guys. So I hope you guys enjoy it.